Hello, everybody, and welcome to College Affordability, Financial Aid and Scholarships. This presentation is being offered by Access ASU. Access ASU is a department within the university that is dedicated to increasing access to higher education and preparing Arizona students for success through family engagement, strategic K-12 education, and community partnerships. My name is Kevin Johnson, and I am an executive coordinator with Access ASU. Feel free to grab a piece of paper and pencil as we will be taking notes. So today we'll talk about cost of attendance, the FAFSA, which stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, types of financial aid and how to distinguish between them, ASU financial aid, and creating an FSA ID. So for part one, cost of attendance, really quickly, what I want you to do is just write down a number, anything that you think your college education will cost you. Now, college education comprises of many different costs. As you can see right here, there is tuition, which is what the school can charge. There are program fees, housing and meals, books and supplies, transportation and personal, and all of these total to cost of attendance. When you're looking at how much it will cost to go to college, it's really important not to forget about not only tuition, but program fees, housing and meals, books and supplies, and transportation and personal, because life still happens and you'll still need books and supplies, you'll still need a place to eat, sleep, different things like that. So cost of attendance will be different for every student. If you even have a twin, cost of attendance may be different. So when you're looking at schools, you're not only going to want to look at tuition, but any program fees for your specific major, housing and meals, whether or not you live on campus or at home, books and supplies, and transportation. If you're considering going out of state, how much will transportation cost compared to going to a school in state? Now, the really important question, and something I often hear from students, is how much is college going to cost me? Now, we don't know that until we get your cost of attendance. So you apply to the school, you receive your financial aid, which we'll talk about later, and then you get your net price. The net price is the school telling you, this is your cost of attendance, minus what you have received in financial aid, and this is your net price. The net price is what the student will have to pay after everything is all said and done. You will not know how much a school costs you until you've applied to the school and you've received your financial aid. So ignore the sticker price, ignore the cost of attendance until you have received your financial aid and you know how much that college or school will cost you. Now, important part in getting financial aid is completing your FAFSA. The FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. When does it open? It opens October 1st of the student's senior year of high school. Okay, as mentioned, it is a free application, so you should never have to pay for it. By completing the FAFSA, this determines eligibility for federal grants, loans, and work study. It is very important that you apply every year of college and not just your senior year of high school. Some schools may have priority deadlines or priority dates when they would like to receive your FAFSA. So for whatever schools you're looking at or considering applying to, it wouldn't hurt to check their website just to see if they have any specific dates they would like to have your FAFSA. Now here's just a little FAFSA breakdown of what you can qualify for: grants, loans, and work study. And here's just a little deeper explanation about different types of aid. We'll go in detail in the coming slides, but just to cover the basics, free gift aid is money you do not pay back. That can be in the form of scholarships or grants, employment opportunities, so federal work study or on-campus jobs, and then loans are aid that you pay back. So with the different types of financial aid, it is really important to understand if you are to receive any and what kind they are, because that could be a big deciding factor in choosing a school depending on what type of aid you are receiving. So as mentioned, grants are free gift aid, so gift assistance from the government or college to cover educational costs. This money does not need to be paid back. And for many grants, you qualify based on the information reported on the FAFSA. So it's really important that you complete the FAFSA. Scholarships are another form of gift aid. Could be free money from various sources for college expenses. So this could be from the college or university. This could be from private donors. There are many different ways you can receive a scholarship and from many different places. Okay, again, it's money that you do not need to pay back. And for scholarships, especially the third-party scholarships, students need to apply individually. Opportunities for DACA students are available. So please make sure that you ask someone at your school and make sure that you're getting the resources needed to make sure that you exhaust all options in looking for scholarships. Many schools, when you apply, offer merit scholarships. These can be for incoming freshmen. At ASU, our amounts range from $2,000 to $10,000. And ASU looks and considers students for merit scholarships based on their ACT or SAT score, their unweighted GPA, and their class rank. So it's also good if you're considering any other schools to see or look if they offer any merit scholarships and what criteria do they weigh in giving those merit scholarships. Work study is student employment, helps students pay for educational expenses. This is a job on campus where you will be working, hourly pay, and eligibility for this is determined based on the FAFSA. Now, with the work study position is very similar to an on-campus job where you'll receive a paycheck every 2 weeks. You still need to show up, you still need to do your work, but they are very flexible and they understand that you are a student first and an employee second. So they will work with you and they are very flexible when it comes to accommodating your student schedule and study times. Loans are financial assistance that must be repaid. You can qualify for federal student loans through completing the FAFSA. There are different interest rates for different types of loans. You can look at private student loans. You can look at the federal student loans if you qualify for some based on the FAFSA. And it's very important that with the loans, you should only take out what you need. Okay? The federal student loans, there are two that are offered. One can be a subsidized loan, which does not accrue interest while the student is in school. And there is an unsubsidized loan that does accrue interest while the student is in school. Now, it's important that when you're looking at your financial aid, how to determine what you are receiving from the school and what you have been offered. And if you were offered any loans, do you need all of them, some of them, or none? Schools will have price calculators to help you determine what you have been awarded minus what your cost of attendance is determined to be, to help you decide if you were to need any loans or additional funding. It's really important that with all the scholarship sources out there, you beware for scholarship scams. So if you go to any website or any page that asks you to pay any amount of money to apply for a scholarship, stop. If there's something that say you can win a scholarship without doing anything, it may be too good to be true. And if there's any scholarship application that asks for a credit card number or bank account number, that's a red flag and you should stop immediately. Scholarship applications are free, and make sure that you are going to good websites and you're getting your information from credible sources, people from your high school, to make sure that you are not at risk of going to any scholarship scam websites. So next, we'll look at how students are paying for school. So look at this example right here. This student is paying for school 50% through grants, 38% through scholarships, and 12% loans. So as I mentioned earlier, the way that students will pay for college and the cost of attendance will be different for everybody. Let's look at this student. 38% grants, 35% scholarships, and 27% federal work study. So this is how this student is paying for his college education, and you can see how it's much different from the student in the previous slide. Now, part 4, ASU's financial aid. So ASU has our very own scholarship portal where students who have applied to ASU can start searching for scholarships based on many different things. They can be academic level, GPA, their residency, enrollment status, location, or even your specific college, the business college, the engineering college. Schools will have something similar. ASU has our scholarship portal. So if you're considering other schools, it is also important to look at their websites, see the financial aid opportunities that they offer, because you don't know what's out there until you look. ASU offers 2 tuition-free programs for students that are really unique. The first one is called the Barack Obama Scholars Program. This covers direct costs, tuition, mandatory fees, and helps assist with housing, meal plan, and books and supplies. In order to meet this criteria for incoming students, you have to be an incoming first-time freshman, so graduating right out of high school, an Arizona resident, eligible to receive federal aid, an ASU application on file, and a FAFSA needs to be on file. So again, another important reason why the FAFSA should, and we ask that you do it, and it's completed by January 15th. It's important that we have the FAFSA by January 15th for students who are interested in this program so that they potentially can be eligible. For the Barack Obama Scholars Program, total household income of less than $42,400, and this can only be determined by the FAFSA. So make sure that if you're interested in this program and you're looking at applying, you complete this before January 15th. Another program that ASU offers is the College Attainment Grant. Now this covers tuition and fees for same criteria of students, incoming first-time freshmen. Criteria for this is a little bit different. Arizona resident eligible to receive federal aid, so similar to the last one. But as you can see, the deadline for this is ASU application and FAFSA completed by July 1st. For this program, students must be Pell eligible, which can only be determined by the FAFSA. So again, another important reason to complete the FAFSA. Now there is no other application or anything else a student has to do. Just make sure that you complete the ASU application and submit your FAFSA before those deadlines. So we always recommend students start looking for scholarships because anything that can help you pay for money or pay for school, will help you in the long run. So visit scholarship websites and start applying now. fastweb.com or the phoenixpubliclibrary.org/college depot are great places to start. They also have great opportunities for any DACA students. So it's good to look at those and make sure that you are writing down deadlines. Check with your school to see if there's a scholarship portal or list that they may have. Plenty of high schools actually have their very own website, lists, or catalogs to help students search for scholarships. It's important that you check your email every day and be patient. Sometimes you may not hear back from a scholarship application for some time, but it is important that you check your email every day, check your phone and your voicemails, and make sure that you're responding to any emails that you receive. Scholarships are not just for A students. They do not just look at your GPAs, things like that. They'll also look at extracurriculars. So make sure that you are doing well inside of the classroom and outside of the classroom to make yourself a competitive candidate for any scholarship. And continue applying throughout high school and college. Just because you are a college student doesn't mean that scholarship opportunities end. You can still apply and receive scholarships in college. Raise.me is another unique and cool opportunity for students to earn money while in high school. So ASU partnered with Raise.me to offer a new program for students in grades 9 through 11 to earn money for things they're already doing. For example, you could earn $150 for every A in one of your core classes. You can receive $8 per hour of community service, and you can receive even $750 for visiting a campus. So pretty unique. If you're interested, sign up at raise.me and get started. It's important to look at college as an investment. College graduates are likely to make $22,000 more per year than high school graduates. Over a lifetime, that's almost $1 million. So it's important to start researching scholarships and saving opportunities now. It's never too early to get a head start. And it's also never too early to start looking and making a list of schools that are interesting to you and that you would maybe see yourself going there one day. It's important to also look and see if that school has your major and is something that you can consider doing for a career. Part 5, your FSA ID. So some of you may be asking yourself, what is an FSA ID? That is your unique username and password used to create your login for the FAFSA and for anything related to the U.S. Department of Education and their websites. So it is used electronically to sign your FAFSA. Mailing your signature can take up to 2 weeks to process. So an FSA ID is an electronic signature, which will save you lots of time. And for students, this is how you will sign in to your FAFSA and sign it. For parents, this is how you will sign your student's FAFSA. So it is important that student and parent have their own FSA IDs, and they do not use the same email to create their FSA IDs. Some things you will need for your FSA ID is your social security number, mobile phone number, full legal name, email, and date of birth. When you're creating your FSA ID, they will ask you to verify a phone number and your email. And this will make things a lot easier when you're signing in the future, or if you were to ever forget your username or password. It is important that with your FSA ID, you write it down and keep it somewhere safe, because you will be using it every year you are in college, because remember, you will be completing the FAFSA every year you are in college. So you can download or even have your own FSA ID worksheets where you put down the email that you signed up with, your username, your password, and there are actually challenge questions on the FSA ID creation page. And this will help if you were ever to forget your password. They may ask you for the verification questions. And a lot of times, students and parents don't remember them. So if you have something to look back on, like an FSA ID worksheet, that can really help you out in remembering your challenge questions and retrieving your password or your username if you were to forget it. So thank you. These are just some quick talking points about paying for college, how much college will cost, how to look at different costs, and how to decipher between different types of financial aid. Again, it is important that when you're looking at colleges and when you're applying to colleges, that you do not make a decision until you have applied, you have received your financial aid from that school, and you know how much that school will cost you, and then you can make your decision. So thank you for listening in, and have a great day.